The National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Tony Pollard. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Cowboys and the Cards.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous.
Yeah, there he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and through. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here now the former Cowboy. This will be fun to watch. It's Zeke Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, Murray. And his throw here's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's Murray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Under pressure, they got him again. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And he's going to go down again. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. Take it at the 37. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Because they'll stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Down the right sideline. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Let's go back over Dak Prescott's career. 6 rushing touchdowns in each of his first 3 years, but only 1 in each of the last 2 seasons. As a veteran, he's become much more judicious about when it's time to take the ball and go for the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Greg Dortch going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of
And
we get our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Christian McCaffrey, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's still on his feet. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
This taken in at the goal line.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
That is caught. Schoonmaker. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing now is Murray. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Prescott rolling to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. but there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
2nd and 10.
Throwing. Prescott steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing on first down is Murray.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Murray. That one complete. Elliott. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing here, Prescott steps away to his left. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And this play still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete, so they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, Prescott again, escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, But even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
4th down, Prescott. Flushed out right. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Looking to throw. Prescott buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray now. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Well, Prescott here to throw. Forced out to his left.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just